Hello, everyone. This is Mr. G. It's good to be back, and I'm sure everyone missed me. So, before we get started on our agenda, I want you guys to take out your spiral notebooks and turn to page 33. We're going to fill in a couple more things on our table of contents. So, um, everyone go ahead and write down under 13 left. You're going to write American Progress Painting, and that's going to go down on page 58. And on the right, you're going to write down Westward Video Guide, and that'll be page 59. Again, American Progress Painting is going to go on page 58, and Westward Video Guide is going to go on page 59. So if you have that, go ahead and glue it down on your spiral notebook. All right, so getting started here with your agenda for week 4, we're going to take a look at the slides for the causes of the Civil War, which are here in the agenda. So you can just go ahead and click on those and look them over or watch them along with the video, which I will go over shortly. As you do that, as you look through those PowerPoint slides, you're going to want to open up this document here, which is your notes for the causes of the Civil War, and it looks like this. So as you're going through the PowerPoint slides, you're going to fill these blanks out. So they have to do with the Supreme Court case of Dred Scott, the Lincoln-Douglas debates, and as you move on through the video or the slides, you just fill in these blanks and every question that it's asking you. All right, so that's number 3, and that document that I just showed you, it's due on May 8th, which is Friday. So you can use the slides, you can use the pages on History Live, which are 296 to 300 to help you fill in the notes. Number 4 here, you're going to also complete a crossword puzzle, and that's also going to be due on Friday, May 9th, and that looks something like this. So let me pull that up for you. You can go ahead and print that out or submit it online, however you would like, but this is what it looks like. The instructions are on the bottom with all the questions and things like that. So go ahead and work on that. Again, it's not due until Friday, which is May 8th. And once we're done with all of that, you're going to have to watch the last 15 minutes of America, the Story of Us division. And as you're watching this, or after you finish watching that, you're going to pull out your spiral notebook and turn to page 9 and answer 3 questions about, about what you've learned based on this video. So let's get started on the PowerPoints. All right, so we're going to start off talking about the Supreme Court decision, which was Dred Scott versus Sanford. If you're not familiar with Dred Scott, he was a slave from Missouri who was owned by a doctor whose name was Dr. Emerson. So what happened was Dr. Emerson took Dred Scott over to a free state, and he would normally travel with him back and forth. But what happened was Dr. Emerson eventually died, and this left Dred Scott without an owner. So Dred Scott was trying to argue that he should be free because he no longer had an owner. So the case, he sued Missouri, and the case eventually went up to the Supreme Court, and he argued that he no longer should be considered property and he should be considered free because he was living in a free state, meaning there were no slaves in that state. However, the court decision ruled that citing the Fifth Amendment, which guarantees Americans the right to own property, they said that one, Dred Scott was not a citizen, so he could not even sue to gain his freedom, and 2, he was still property. So his his ability to sue the state was just ruled unconstitutional, and he was not granted his freedom. So let's move on to the next. Well, this was more about the Supreme Court's solution on Dred Scott. So you can go ahead and pause that and read a little bit more details as you're filling out your document. And the next topic here was the Lincoln-Douglas debates. So here, Abraham Lincoln and Douglas are engaged in debates because they are trying to win, they're trying to become senator. And one of the hot topics that's going on during this time in the United States, as we all know, is the idea of slavery. So this brings about a famous quote that Abraham Lincoln talked about, which was his House Divided speech. And it says, "A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure permanently, half slave and half free. I did not expect the Union to dissolve. I do not expect the house to fall, but I do expect it will cease to be divided. It will become one. It will become all one thing or all the other." And what he means by house, he's not talking about a home, but he's talking about the country. He's saying that this division can't go on very much longer, and he's just arguing that it's in the best interest of the United States to remain united. But as these debates rage on, Douglas ultimately wins the seat in the Senate. So moving forward, John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry, Virginia. So we've talked about John Brown before. He was an abolitionist, meaning he was against slavery. And this is the same John Brown that you talked about last week, who killed 5 pro-slavery supporters along with his sons. So what he was trying to do in this raid was put together an anti-slavery militia. So he raided an arsenal here in Harper's Ferry, and he was trying to get a lot of weapons and resources so he can be able to fight an adequate revolt against slavery. But ultimately, the rebellion was put down. He was captured along with his supporters, and he was sentenced to death. He was hanged. And one of the questions that you're going to see in your document was if you think John Brown was a hero, and specifically, why do you believe that? So be sure to look into this slide or based on your readings and answer that question. So moving forward, the election of Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln, when he's running for president and he's collecting votes, it's becoming clear that he doesn't need any electoral votes from the South. All of his support is coming strictly from the North, and this is making the Southern states nervous because Abraham Lincoln is winning and winning tremendously with support strictly from the North. So it's having the Southern states feel like they're losing a lot of political power. And at this point, they're feeling like they want to secede or separate from the United States even more so. So all of these issues of states' rights and slavery and just the power imbalance is forcing the Southern states to consider leaving the United States. And Lincoln doesn't want to end slavery, keep in mind. If he can have it both ways where the institution of slavery but the United States is still intact, he will do that. So his main prerogative is to have the United States remain united, like I said earlier. So all of that leads eventually to the beginning of the Civil War. So the first state to secede is South Carolina, and that's under John C. Calhoun, which we've talked about several times before. Um, like I said, they become the first state to officially secede from the United States, and they leave along with 6 other states, such as Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, and they join the Confederacy. So officially, the war begins. And the first shot is fired in North Carolina in Fort Sumter, and that's in April 1861. So closing here, after you finished going over these slides, go ahead and click on the link here and you'll see the video that you're supposed to watch. Go ahead and fast forward the first 30 minutes. You're going to watch the last 15 minutes only. And like I said, you're going to go ahead and turn to page 9 on your spiral notebook and label it Causes of the Civil War and write down at least 3 pieces of information that you learned from that video. So if there's any confusions or questions, please feel free to let either me or Ms. Miller know, and we'll be sure to help you out with any sort of clarifications. Thank you.